This one truth will change how you see your life forever, because one choice creates your entire path. If you're looking for motivation, wisdom, and life lessons, take the path of purpose.
What are my strengths and weaknesses? What are my strengths and weaknesses? It's a question we're asked in job interviews, in classrooms, in moments of reflection. But it's not just a checklist, it's a compass. Because until we know ourselves astrally, deeply, honestly, we'll keep walking in circles. Our strengths show us the way forward. Our weaknesses show us where we must grow, to live fully, to lead boldly, to serve meaningfully. We must be willing to look in the mirror not to judge, but to understand. Throughout history, the journey of self-discovery has been the beginning of all wisdom. Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, said, "Know thyself." He believed that self-awareness was the root of all virtue. To be wise, to be good, to be strong, we must first be honest. In the East, this idea runs even deeper. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna stands on the battlefield of life, paralyzed by fear and doubt. It is only when he turns inward, guided by Krishna, that he finds clarity and strength. In Buddhism, the path to enlightenment begins not with changing the world, but with knowing the self, seeing clearly both our attachments and our possibilities. The truth is, we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, and we all have blind spots. Let's start with strengths. Strengths are not just the things you're good at. They are the qualities that elevate you, the traits that make you come alive, the ways you naturally contribute. Some strengths are visible: intelligence, creativity, leadership. Some are quieter: empathy, resilience, humility. History is full of people who leaned into their strengths to change the world. Leonardo da Vinci had an insatiable curiosity. That was his strength. It led to inventions, art, and discoveries centuries ahead of their time. Harriet Tubman had courage that burned brighter than fear. That was her strength. She escaped slavery and risked her life to lead others to freedom. Albert Einstein's strength wasn't just intelligence, it was imagination. He dared to think differently. That changed science forever. Mother Teresa's strength was compassion. In the poorest places on earth, she made people feel seen, loved, and valued. Strengths are not always what you expect. Rosa Parks' strength was quiet resistance. Nelson Mandela's strength was forgiveness. Fred Rogers' strength was gentleness. Your strength might not look like anyone else's, and that's exactly the point. Your strength is your gift. Your job is to recognize it, develop it, and use it for something greater than yourself. So how do you find your strengths? Look at your energy. What activities make you feel alive? Look at your impact. What do people thank you for? Look at your resilience. What challenges have you overcome? Look at your love. What do you care about so deeply that you're willing to fight for it? Sometimes our greatest strengths are forged in adversity. People who have suffered often develop empathy. People who've been underestimated develop determination. People who've been alone learn to listen. But now, let's talk about weakness. Weakness is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to understand. We all have them, no exceptions. Weaknesses are not failures. They are places we must grow, guard, or collaborate. Thomas Jefferson was brilliant, but indecisive. Abraham Lincoln battled depression. Steve Jobs changed the world, but struggled with humility in relationships. Every leader, Every icon, every human being has weakness. Weakness becomes dangerous only when we deny it, when we pretend it's not there, when we let it hide in the dark, unexamined. That's when it controls us. Some weaknesses can be improved. Others must be managed. And some must be accepted. The key is awareness. Maybe your weakness is fear, or anger, or procrastination. Maybe you struggle with boundaries, or confidence, or letting go. Whatever it is, name it, own it, because what you name, you can change. And what you accept, you can work with. Here's the truth. Weakness doesn't cancel out strength. It makes you human. In fact, it can make you wise. In ancient Japan, they practiced kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. They didn't hide the cracks, they honored them. The flaw became the beauty. The same is true of us. Your weaknesses can become your wisdom. Your scars can become your story. Your pain can become your power. But to do that, you must be willing to look within, and you must also be willing to listen, because we don't always see ourselves clearly. We have blind spots. We judge ourselves by our intentions, but others see our actions. That's why feedback matters. That's why mentors matter. That's why reflection matters. The people who grow the most are the people who stay open. Open to learning. Open to changing. Open to owning both their brilliance and their brokenness. Because strength without humility becomes arrogance. Weakness without honesty becomes shame. But strength with self-awareness becomes power. And weakness with acceptance becomes freedom. Let's be clear. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses isn't just about self-esteem. It's about leadership. It's about purpose. It's about service. If you want to lead, you must know what you bring and what you lack. If you want to love, you must know where you shine and where you struggle. If you want to grow, you must see both your gifts and your gaps. And if you want to build something bigger than yourself, you must be honest enough to know that you can't do it alone. History's greatest accomplishments were never solo acts. They were symphonies, teams, movements, people bringing their strengths, compensating for each other's weaknesses, building together what none could build alone. That's why humility matters. That's why collaboration matters. That's why self-awareness isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So let me ask you, what are your strengths? What are you naturally good at? What have you worked hard to become good at? What lights you up? What makes others better when you bring it? And what are your weaknesses? What patterns keep showing up in your life? What feedback have you resisted? What habits are hurting your growth? Where do you need help, healing, or humility? Ask these questions, not once, but over and over. Because you are not a finished product, you are evolving, you are becoming, and the more you know yourself, the more you can shape the life you want to live. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be aware, to be honest, to be whole, because in the end, your strengths and your weaknesses are not in conflict. They are part of the same story. Your strength tells you what to build. Your weakness tells you what to watch. Your strength reveals your light. Your weakness reveals your limits. Together, they make you real, relatable, resilient. That is the truth. That is the power. That is the path to growth. So embrace your strengths. Don't downplay them. Don't hide them. Use them. Share them. Lead with them, and face your weaknesses. Don't fear them. Don't fake them. Name them. Learn from them. Make peace with them. Because the people who change the world, the people who live fully, lead boldly, and love deeply are not the ones who have no flaws. They are the ones who are real. They are the ones who are whole. And that is the best kind of strength there is.